We're told that woman was walking down North Park Place here going from mailbox to mailbox, but while she had her eyes on other people's mail, an alert neighbor had his eyes on her. People who live on Park Place are pretty happy with one of their neighbors.
It's good that they did call because I had no idea about it.
Good. I'm great. I'm glad they did.
Good neighborhood watch over here. I love it.
The man they're talking about doesn't want a lot of attention for what he did. In fact, he didn't want us to say his name or show his face, but he does have a message he wants to share.
Well, they just need to call police, if they see something wrong.
That's exactly what he did Friday when he spotted a woman he'd never seen before snooping through his neighbor's mailbox.
She went by the mailbox first time, and then she kind of looked to see if anybody was looking, and then she backed up and took it and then stuck it in her purse.
He picked up the phone, called police, and told them what the woman looked like, what she was doing, and where she was heading. Because of that, officers caught up to her a few blocks away. We're told they found stolen mail for more than 10 people in several different North Wichita neighborhoods. Police say with just one phone call, that man not only helped catch a mail thief, he helped protect a lot of his neighbors' personal information.
We say it all the time, the citizens are the eyes and ears for us. There's only a certain amount of us and we can't be everywhere at all times, so we have to rely on them to call 911 and tell us what they see.
One tip police had to keep your mail safe: you could invest in a locking mailbox like this one. Mail can be dropped in, but it takes a key to get it back out. They also say whether you're mailing bills or Christmas cards, bring them to the post office and actually drop them off. Don't just leave them in your mailbox for pickup. We're live in downtown Wichita. Pierre Solomon, KEEK News. That's right, Mike. He told me he's obviously dealt with people messing with his Christmas decorations before, but they've always been kids or teenagers, not middle-aged men like the man walking down the sidewalk right now. More importantly, no one has ever threatened his life before. From the Santa on his roof to the garland on his fence, Michael Green's house is hard to ignore during the holidays, but not all of the attention is welcome.
Almost every year for 13 years, there's been some kind of vandalism done to my Christmas decorations.
That's why about 10 years ago, he installed security cameras. Sure enough, this week they caught a vandal on camera, but Green says it's what happened after this that still has him spooked.
This year was totally different. This year blew my mind.
Let's go back and rewind that video. Green is on the other side of this fence unloading groceries when an older man walking down the sidewalk suddenly starts ripping down Green's garland.
I heard the pulling of staples, breaking of wires, breaking of glass, just on the other side of the fence.
Green runs out of his yard and follows the man across the street.
I thought I was going to yell at the guy and maybe catch him and make him pay for some lights or something.
Instead, he says the man turned around and threatened to kill him.
Don't follow me. I'll shoot you. I'll shoot you right now. And that's when he pulled out the gun.
In the future, Green says some things will be different. He'll call police first instead of confronting vandals, but he says one thing won't ever change. His display of Christmas cheer is here to stay.
This is for the community. It's for more than just me. And yeah, the lights are up to stay.
Michael Green gave a copy of that video to the police, and he also shared it with us, hoping someone will recognize that man and call police. With just about a week left until Christmas, Benjamin Lewis says he had bought all his Christmas presents and he hid them in his car where his kids couldn't find them. But sometime between last night and this morning, someone drove off in his SUV. There's never a dull moment in Benjamin Lewis's home. The single dad has his hands full raising 4 boys under the age of 7, working full-time for USD 259 and serving in the Kansas Army National Guard. His life got a little easier to manage this September when he was given an '89 Suburban through Cars for Heroes.
I was the happiest person in the world because it was a huge blessing for me and my family.
Now, just 3 months later, he's back to being carless.
It was a big blessing for us. And then this morning it was taken away.
Lewis noticed his SUV was missing when he tried to leave for work. He says after he reported it stolen, though, he realized he hid all 4 of his children's Christmas presents in the back.
And now they don't have anything but maybe one gift I have somewhere around here. How am I going to replace it? I don't know. I don't get paid until after Christmas. So, yeah, I don't know how I'm going to do that.
Lewis says he does have insurance on his car, so he has a rental and will eventually get a replacement. But he says he wants this one back. It's more than just transportation. It was a gift given to him for serving his country.
It meant a lot to me because of how I got it. I mean, the people didn't have to give it to me, and they chose to.
We've seen lots of people trying to drive home in a brand new Toyota, but I don't think anyone's going to be more excited tonight than the new owner of this 2003 Chevy Tahoe.
Hey, look at it right here.
This was the first time Benjamin Lewis had laid eyes on his new ride. Just to catch you up, this September, Lewis was given this '89 Suburban through the Cars for Heroes program. Just this week, someone stole that Suburban, along with all of his kids' Christmas presents he hid in the back. That brings us up to now.
I'm blessed. I'm shocked.
Eddie's Toyota stepped in and gave Lewis this 2003 Chevy Tahoe. Plus,
Cool.
Oh, in the back! Look at
That's pretty cool. I don't know.
turns out it's impossible to keep a carload of toys hidden from 4 boys. Even though Dad tried to keep the gifts a surprise.
Well, I tried to tell them it wasn't for us.
These guys weren't fooled. Probably because every single gift you see was on their Christmas list.
A skateboard! I wanted this skateboard!
Just before Benjamin Lewis and his family took off in their new car filled with new toys, he told us he hopes his sons take away something else too. Something he says is much more valuable.
I hope they take away that, Christmas ain't all about presents. It's about giving out to people who need help, like we didn't need help.
We did want to say that in addition to Eddie's Toyota, since we aired this story Tuesday, several of our viewers from Wichita, Kansas, and even outside of the state contacted us wanting to help Benjamin Lewis and his family. In East Wichita, Paris Solomon, KIC News. Mike, we could have stopped by just about any town in any of those 3 counties you just listed, but we stopped by Conway Springs just before sunset, and at that time we could tell that most of the houses out here are lined with Christmas lights and porch lights, but if it weren't for these battery-operated lights we have right now, it would be pitch black out here. After spending hours covering her house in Christmas lights, Kathy Smith finally plugged that last strand in, but nothing happened.
Well, I thought maybe a bulb was loose, so I was twisting, and then I took the ladder and was going down the line, just twisting each one, and it wouldn't come on.
It wasn't a bad bulb, it was a total power outage. Every light in and outside her house has been off for hours.
Well, we got a couple flashlights out, and that's about it. We'll take a flashlight with us if we go in the kitchen. If not, we're just back here in the back room.
At least 5,000 people in Harper, Sumner, and Kingman counties are in the dark, too. It started after a transmission power line fell down near Clearwater and sparked a huge grass fire.
When we first got out here, it had moved all the way over here. So it was clear over here by the time we got here, and all the round bales that were right here were already on fire.
The fire's now out, but so is the power for 3 counties. Kathy Smith says her grandchildren are making up for the lack of television.
It's a good thing the grandkids came over, because otherwise we were just kind of sitting here looking at each other, so they're keeping us entertained.
But she says she does hope the power comes on soon so she can finally turn on the lights inside and outside her home.
I can't even see if they even work.
The majority of the people without power right now are Wheatland Electric customers. A representative from that company tells us crews are working right now trying to fix that power line, and they hope to have the power back on by 4 a.m. tomorrow. For now, we're live in Conway Springs. Paris Solomon, KIC News.